Welcome to my presentation on the migration of bogong moths and how it is impacting on the Australian alpine ecosystem. This topic was chosen due to a discussion with a peer about environmental issues. As I showed minimal knowledge about this issue, I was intrigued to investigate and begin my inquiry journey. As bogong moths migrate down to the southern parts of Australia, they are transferring pesticides they were once exposed to during their breeding time. By carrying these toxins to the alpine environment, the bogong moth is contaminating both the flora and fauna they come in contact with. This causes implications for the sustainability of the alpine ecosystem. As part of my methodology to filter my search resources to ensure I'm presented with credible information, I used several search engines and databases which included the Curtin Library, Web of Science, and Science Direct. I also used Boolean structures to refine my search using key terms related to my inquiry issue and conjunctions in capital letters, like the image below. What I have discovered during my inquiry is a positive contribution bogong moths have on the alpine flora. When bogong moths migrate, they provide 7.2 tonnes of nitrogen into the alpine environment, reference to Green 2011. This image demonstrates how nitrogen is useful for plant sustainability. Although bogong moths provide a positive element to the alpine's flora, a study conducted in 2001 and 2002 demonstrates negative impacts. Mountain pygmy possums rely on bogong moths as a primary food source. Green 2010. When bogong moths die due to nematode, Warrant 2016, they form a pile among the cave floors. With wet and windy weather, the moth debris finds itself flushed away into the water stream, where they become consumed by brown and rainbow trout. When investigating this environment issue, I found it very challenging as there were limited resources. Most of my findings were based off investigations conducted by Green. If I was to continue further research, I would go more in depth to discover how the flora is affected to find more species of plants. I would go into more about what the government is doing based on the funding scheme proposed by Love and Lula, 2007 and 2009. The year level I believe best relates to my science inquiry is Year 4. The science understanding strand that links to my investigation is biological sciences. This is shown through how environmental factors affect the life cycles of the bogong moth. I've also investigated consumers of the bogong moth, describing the relationship between bogong moth and other alpine species. Science as a human endeavour links to my investigation through the discussion about bogong moths impacting on the alpine sustainability and how human activity of pesticides has contaminated more than one environment. Year 4 science inquiry skills is related to my investigation as this presentation communicates my findings. It relates to the unit through inquiry with fellow Curtin students about environmental issues. Thank you for listening to my presentation about my report on how bogong moths are affecting the alpine sustainability.